You're on, Jer.
All right.
You're eating that. You're out of ketosis because you ate berries this morning.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I ate a few.
Yeah. Raining.
Another day in paradise.
as they say.
Yep.
All right, so this is the new camera testing. Good so far.
It better be.
Better be.
We need it to be.
So I'm just doing a little bit of a catch up on. I want to catch up the sequence because I filmed everything this morning with the GoPro. So just try to explain what I've been doing so far or throughout the day. I took apart all the beaver pieces and I made stew. Took it apart, deboned it, put it all in the pot and added my spices. The bones are all in there. It's a fantastic broth with just seasoning salt or seasoned salt and garlic and pepper spice. Fantastic. Just a little water to the top. Boil it, simmer it, simmer it, simmer it, simmer it all day long. In fact, you can keep adding. We've put almost all of our beaver meat in there, aside from what we have smoking. So this has been smoking all day as well, and we just slashed here in the muscle because there's the bigger parts, and when we get closer to wanting to eat it, we'll make sure it cooks proper all the way through. But right now it's preserved real well. This is the other carcass at the back. You can spin it around here, show you. You can see nothing went to waste. So that's all edible. Over the fire like that, it'll preserve forever. As long as it's got smoke and heat, it's not going to have a chance for bacteria to spoil it. We're going to set up the smoker next. We're going to throw the fish in there. Are we throwing the legs in there too, Jer?
Legs of
the bear?
the smoke or to hang on the fire. Yeah.
Yeah, so because we don't have refrigeration here, we have to preserve this at least until tomorrow. We have way too much food to eat. It's crazy. So we'll probably be packing the smoked bear haunches, the legs and the arms, likely the torso too, and whatever we don't want to eat. Probably gonna eat the cheeks and the tongue. Jeremy's working on that right now, and we'll fry that up. We'll have the fish, because that won't actually, if we preserve it and smoke it, will last a little bit longer, but only as a fillet, and we're not going to do that. I haven't done it. I've done it differently. So that's about it. I mean, I caught a fish this morning, caught a nice rainbow. Jeremy found that bear. We've got 2 beaver on the go, but we weren't super diversified this year because we didn't get too many berries. We would have liked to get more berries. We just didn't have time. It just, the way it worked out. We got our beaver later than we had hoped. We were hoping to get them on the first day after setting the traps in the evening, but we were on the wrong pond, and then we had to fumble around with that, and then I lost the camera in the lake. So now we're playing catch up, but we're finally getting to the end. We're getting to where we want to be, and I think we might do some catfishing next episode, but we got to preserve this so it doesn't spoil, and maybe use some modern technology to freeze it, or invite the family over and have a big party and a celebration. 'Cause that's what it's all about, guys.
Yeah, it might be over 100.
So Jerry, you should probably talk about how you came about a bear.
Yeah, I was driving back from picking up that new camera, and a couple kilometers up on the highway I could see something black, and I was like, is it an Animal Crossing? And I did over a little hill and I got closer. I think somebody's tire blew out. And I got over a little hill and I got closer. I was like, it's a bear. No, it's a tire. No, it's a bear. And I got closer and closer, and then I could see the ear shape. So it looked kind of long and narrow with the ear sticking up, and I drove past. I was like, I can't believe it's a bear. So I did a UE, and I got a little shot on my cell phone camera and threw it in the back of the car.
So to be clear, it's roadkill.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you said that, because bear's not open right now.
So, oh yeah, no. No, it was hit on the road. You can see there's a couple skid marks on it. And
small bear?
Yeah, like 100 and something maybe. 100 and something pounds.
Edible?
Low end, low 100.
Edible though.
Yeah.
We're gonna get fat.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be putting food aside, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're in storage mode now.
Can't eat this in 3 days.
This is like, we started off like with a home run, and then we're backing it up with like a grand slam.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's out of the park grand slam home run. It's the Wilderness Living Challenge in August with all the hacks. Everything's going our way except for my camera.
Alright, so starting off with this roadkill bear, I'm going to basically do it the same as a deer, except often when I get a deer it's lying on the ground. So this bear we hung, which is also nice because it's not too heavy. So I'll start by cutting around the top legs and doing an incision down to the groin, and then I'll peel the skin back from there and down the belly, around the front arms, and then finally down to the head.
What kind of knife are you using?
Same knife that you're usually using. So I brought my Groman Trout and Bird. This is made in Nova Scotia, Canada. They make classic bush and camping knives, plus they have a cutlery line.
Are we Canadian?
So Canadian.
No, don't say it jokey. We are Canadian.
Oh yeah.
We're filming this in Northern Ontario.
Yep.
This is
for sure.
This is as Canadian as it gets.
I would say so. Yeah. We don't have any Tim Hortons or beer with us, but it's pretty Canadian. Again, just trying to keep the hair off the meat by folding the skin back as I go.
We got so much to eat.
Can you imagine? Like, there's gonna be, I don't know what they'll be on the size of a bear, but there's got to be 30 pounds of meat.
Yeah.
Plus marrow bones and
plus the heart
organs.
Heart organs.
The brain, the biggest brain yet for these Wilderness Living Challenge zombies. I don't know. Couldn't eat it all.
So we solved the riddle. We solved the problem.
So just drive until you see a bear.
Well, okay.
We already had more food than we could eat. Now this,
yeah,
we've got 10 days of meat probably for the two of us, plus whatever fat we could render out of it. There'll be beautiful fat around the kidneys.
As modern hunter-gatherers, following all the laws, we hit it.
We did.
We figured it out.
So the legs are off and peeled. I just worked around the tail here. So now it's just really a matter of pulling down and cutting any of that connective tissue and working all the hide down to the shoulders and then back along the arms. I'll cut them off at the wrists, go further, and then cut it around at the head.
So I got myself a nice rainbow trout this morning, and it's gonna be delicious because we've been eating beaver the whole time. And now we got a bear, a bear steak, trout steak. Actually, this trout I want to do differently. Ever since I got back from the Dominican, I wanted to do an adobo spice, or what I think was adobo, because the Dominican gentleman, Felix, didn't speak. He was deaf. And so, and I didn't really think about asking him. He probably could try to sign it to me. But It was a pre-packaged mixture, and I think I figured out what the mixture was just by searching on the internet. Dominicans don't eat spice, so, or not spicy spice anyway, not hot spicy. So I got a mixture that I'm going to try here. It's I think it's an adobo spice. It's a bunch of different things put together. I'll link that down on the bottom or in the description if you want to check it out and try it yourself, and we'll let you know for sure. So I'm just going to gut this, score it like you did, and if that bear, Jer, has any fat on it, we can maybe fry it in the fat. Although I think we want to smoke it, right?
Well, it all sounds so good.
It does sound good.
For sure we want to smoke it. If we're going to have the smoker going, let's smoke a trout.
Alright, we're going to smoke it then. Okay, so I'm going to add the spice now, and then we're going to fire up that smoker. The smoker was for the beaver, but because the tripod went in the lake and my camera went in the lake, Jeremy was gone, and I had to deal with everything myself, and it was a big chore with all the rain and 2 beaver to take care of myself. So a lot of beaver. But it's all cooked now. It's all edible. Jeremy had a bunch when he came in. It's good, right?
Super good.
Super good. It's fantastic.
You could eat that all day.
You could eat it all day.
We have to eat it all day.
Yeah, we did. That's all we got. I came out here at sunrise, and Jeremy had to drive all the way out and back to get the camera without eating.
It paid off in a bear though.
Yeah, and he gets
a camera.
He comes back with a bear. He comes back with a bear. Insane. Oh, my knife's so not sharp anymore.
We'll sharpen it up good when we do a cut and wrap on this bear later.
Yeah. This knife is dull. Dull, dull, dull. I know what I forgot. I forgot to put my leaves down to keep it clean. Now it's all dirty and I gotta go wash it again. I already ate the stomach out of this. It went in the beaver soup.
Oh yeah?
Yep, straight in the beaver soup. Ooh, look at that, it's full of sand. Weird.
Probably been picking up bugs on the bottom, eh?
Or maybe just from sitting in the water. And I took the gills out. It seems to be a common theme. People don't like the taste of the gills. Apparently that makes it very sour. Dude, the minnow soup was terrible. Jeremy had diarrhea and I was keeled over in pain, trying desperately to throw up, and all I could manage was a handful. It was either the minnow soup or we had mushroom poisoning. There, that looks good. So Jeremy said don't film this part because we don't want any butthole comments anymore. So I'm gonna film it anyway. Are you gonna spend a long time in the butthole area?
I'm gonna spend exactly the right amount of time to do a good job of it.
According to YouTube, it's too long.
Yeah. Well,
maybe I just have to make my cuts shorter.
Maybe.
Like editing.
They'll be like, whoa, that guy, he's a butthole expert. Look at how fast he... Probably don't want them to say that either, right?
People are gonna say stuff no matter what. It's just the nature of the business.
Yeah.
How's it going back there, Jeremy?
Well, it's always kind of tedious, right? But if you do a good job, you get a cleaner cavity, which means you get a better quality of meat, and we want the best we can get, so we do it right. That's all there is to it.
No matter how long it takes.
That's right.
I hear what you're saying. YouTube doesn't hear what you're saying.
Oh well.
The armchair quarterbacks.
People know better techniques. I'm more than happy to learn.
They don't want to learn techniques, Jeremy.
Like you can buy products, right? Like they sell something to deer hunters for removing the back end.
Is it a brand name? It's probably trademark. We can't even say it.
Yeah, it's like an orange.
The opposite of a butt-in tool.
Yeah.
You can look that up. I've used it before. It doesn't work too bad.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't work too great either. It's probably just as simple.
I think people buy it because they're squeamish.
Take your time. Yeah.
Or because they're sensitive to the commentary.
Or they don't have rubber gloves on them.
Yeah.
They're sensitive to the commentary?
Yeah.
What commentary? Most people don't film themselves butchering animals.
Well, if they're hunting with their friends and then they're taking too long around the butthole.
Has this happened before, Jamie?
No.
First time?
I wouldn't even have known about it except that you mentioned it to me.
How many times have you eaten beaver?
How many?
Yeah.
Once before this trip. Are you trying to drag me into something?
No.
Sorry, I was concentrating and then I forgot that you're toying with me.
I forgot one step. I forgot to pop the scales off before I washed it. That's the adobo spice that I came up with, which will be linked down below. And I'm gonna make it like the Dominican guy made it. Oh, my mouth is watering. So this is what I was making all day and eating all day for that matter. It's the beaver, oh, it's heavy, full load. Beaver stew. It's like epic. Look at that. All it needs is potatoes, carrots. Burdock would go well. We can't find any burdock here. It's got liver. It's got those bones stewing in there. I deboned it. That's a piece of meat and fat. Look at that. Fantastic piece. All that marrow's coming out in there. And a lot of people say animals, you got to take that fat out. You don't have to take the fat out. Not in a beaver anyway. The longer it stews, the better it gets. Like it all goes in. Look at that piece of fat. Put that in your mouth, it waters. Stick your cup in there, grab some broth. You're all set to go. You're a mountain man. That really is good. It's good. Good. Alright, just saying that. Wilderness living. No piece of fat. Woo! That's rich. Like butter. I'm going to cut up some of this leftover beaver meat that we have for catfish bait. We'll have that all set for tomorrow. So that'll be some good catfish bait. Put that on a hook and let it sit on the bottom. We'll be all set. Pop fire coming in.
Right. Oh, smarty pants.
So the smoker is pretty straightforward. All we did is move some ash from the main fire over here, and then we're throwing alder branches, live ones, leaves on them, and because they're green and alive, they smoke when they burn, and the smoke will rise and we'll dry out that fish and preserve it. Now, it's a little ridiculous to do for one fish, but we did start this a long time ago with the intent of doing it for a beaver, and we already did that on the main fire, and we stewed the other beaver and it was good. So this fish will take a few hours to completely cure and cook, so we might be eating in the dark because the sun's setting right now. Jeremy's hanging up the bare torso and all the limbs, front and back. We've already got 2 quarters up there now. We've got 2 beaver, 1 beaver, and a quarter beaver, and a beaver in the pot, and a trout, and 3 trays of fruit leather we have to eat. So we got our work cut out for us. We're fatting up for the way out. Will we come in high or low? How much work do you think we've done putting all this meat stock together? You might be surprised. I might be surprised, but I'll be curious to see. Keep following along, and a couple days from now we'll weigh out. It's a meat market here.
It is.
Full of beaver.
We need some customers.
You didn't catch that reference.
I did. I knew what kind of meat market you were talking about.
We're still doing the beaver jokes, ladies and gentlemen. So how does this preserve meat? What's the effect, the agent?
Well, it's going to keep the flies off, and it's drying, right? So bacteria typically can't live in a dry environment. So smoking, it'll keep the flies off, but also as the meat dries out, it'll slow or prevent bacteria at least long enough for us to get to a location where we can cut and wrap to freeze.
It's kind of smoky in here.
Yeah.
We got smoke from the left.
Smoke from the right.
Smoke to the right. Oh.
And it's gonna get smokier.
Yep.
It's crazy to see how much meat is hanging here.
What were you thinking for this? Like, should I butterfly it? Like, cut down the spine?
Well, I was just thinking to open the belly up and lay it down so that it's open more.
Yeah, it might not still be open enough. What if I cut down the spine on both sides?
Yeah.
And just right open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's probably not a bad idea.
Right.
Something jumped out there again.
So I just opened it right up.
Okay.
I'm talking to the camera. You can talk to me later if you want. I don't know if it'll smoke completely, but it'll preserve till tomorrow and then we'll deal with it. It seems like there's a lot of meat in the back that probably won't. I mean, it should be filleted, but I wanted to do it like this, so I did it. I'm sure there's some natives out there that are going to tell me the right way to do it. Drop her down in the comments, and I'm pretty sure filleting is the right way to go. But this will be fine for me. This is your bear, and we added some Cajun spice. We're not showing you the label, but I'm sure you can identify it. It's a very common kind of brand. There.
A delicious kind of brand.
And if they sponsor us, we'll mention them all the time.
Yeah.
I put this on everything.
Yeah.
And then with some seasoned, is it seasoning salt or seasoned salt? Seasoning. I always call it seasoned.
Yeah, me too, the whole time.
It says seasoning.
Alright.
I get confused. Anyway, that's it. And you're going to add a little bit of water in there.
Done.
It'd be nice if we could add some fat in there.
It's pretty fatty meat.
Is it fatty?
I think it'll be... Yeah.
Are you going to add water to it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll simmer it like a stew, I think.
Yeah. We got a lot of meat here, Jer.
Uh-huh.
It's like a meat market. Oh, we already did that.
We already used that line.
Who's stoking the smoke fire overnight?
I'm gonna try.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe we can pick a pile of alder before it gets real dark.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna hang this neck up to keep warm in the smokehouse here.
The beaver's sizzling. That's a good sign. I think you did say something about eating our friend's head. And you said it wasn't boiling, so you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I can get it to boil.
Yeah.
Will you eat it then? Are we drawing the line in the sand at a bear head?
Maybe we'll draw the line on this trip.
You want to suck the brains out of the back?
I don't know. I don't think it's cooked.
Do the juices run clear?
I don't know.
Well, you just stick your face out whole on the back there and suck the juices
I think
out.
there's still one vertebrae attached. Has to be
You're
cooked
just
a bit
making
more.
excuses now. Alright, so you're not going to eat the bear head.
No.
We're not complete zombies yet.